Alrighty, so Dana White, the part-timer himself, has decided to bless us with some fight announcements, and some of them have cooked, I'm not gonna lie. There was a women's fight announced. I don't give a fuck if you care about women's fighting. Hey, there's certain hubs where you can watch women's fighting. I'm just saying. Anyways, you know, you can watch it for free instead of paying $80, I think, a card. Canadian? Yes, I'm Canadian. I know. Hey, I know. Hey, I know. Before you type, I know. Okay, I know. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into some of these breakdowns. So, the first one I'm going to talk about is a title fight, which, people forget, man. Merab versus Sean O'Malley was a close decision. Now, I don't know how the fuck I was just dying right there. I'm getting a little old, I guess, in my prime. But people forget, man. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili was a close fight. Now, some people don't like the idea of the rematch. Some people want to see a different matchup. You know, they want to see Sean, Peter Yan too. I don't mind that. They want to see Merab versus... Well, I guess he's kind of cleared the division, huh? There's not really anything for fucking Merab, huh? You know, and his resume is really good, to be fair. You got Umar, you got Sean O'Malley. Getting to the prediction, we got Henry Cejudo, good win to have in hindsight. Peter Yan, Jose Aldo, yeah, Marlon Moraes, like, bro, his, you know, his record's kind of fucking insane, just saying. But some people have been saying Pantoja. Guys, Pantoja doesn't want to fight Merab. Merab is, like, at a certain point, it gets to a genetic problem. Merab is just, he's just too thick for Pantoja, in my personal opinion. Pantoja also, I don't think has once expressed that he wants to go up a division. I think he's fine just chilling in flyweight and just fucking rinsing all of them down there. For as long as he can. I mean, it's a free fucking paycheck. The guy is just elite. With Merab, it's also like, there's no beef there, there's no storyline, there's no plot line. I don't give a fuck about Pantoja Merab. Sounds cool. You know, I get on the rankings, what is it? What do we got here? Pound for pound, you know, Ilya, Merab number 4. Damn, DDP's number 5. Wow. Where's Pantoja? Did I miss it? Pereira? Pantoja's below Pereira? Okay, that's valid. Bilal's above Pereira? What are we doing with the rankings? What the fuck am I looking at? Anyways, God, that's disgusting to look at. Ugh. Ugh. Anyways, yeah, so Merab versus Sean O'Malley here. It was a close fight. As much as people want to say, like, oh, Merab dominated, blah, blah, blah. And yes, I did pick Sean O'Malley, so obviously I'm fucking biased towards Sean O'Malley. I also don't hate boring fighters, and Merab made his last fight interesting, to be fair, you know. I actually liked him in his last fight. You know, I've gained a lot more respect for Merab over the, what is it, I was going to say 4 months, but it's been 7 months since they fought. Right? September, October, November, December, April, yeah. Like 7 to 8 months, you know, until we get the rematch. Because, what is it, 315, 316, 316 maybe? I can't remember what 315 is. June 7th. Yeah, 316. Okay. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, it was a close fight, you know. Round 1. Trying to remember. Actually, round 5 was a clear O'Malley round. I think round... Was it 1? I don't think it was 1. I think 1 was close. There was like 2 rounds that were kind of really close. There was 2 rounds that were blatant Merab, and then there was 1 round that was blatant O'Malley, you know? And I've been, you know, going back, watching a few older fights, you know, the Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler, as I am a newer UFC fan. So, you know, I got to do my catch-up. I got to do my research when I do my research. But I've been seeing a lot of these decisions that were, like, kind of fucking horrible in the past, you know? I do still think O'Malley-Merab was genuinely really close. I think if O'Malley landed a few big shots in those close 2 swing rounds, he wins the round. And I'm not saying like a few in terms of, oh my god, he wobbled Merab. I'm talking like he lands once on the chin, no wobble, no nothing, just a clean shot down the pipe. He wins that round. Round 5, he also, not like a masterclass whooping, he also was whooping Merab. You know, that body shot hurt him, pressuring him the whole time, you know. And at the end of the day, this fight will just end up being who gets the most respect early on. Now, I know it's like nobody respects Merab. His fighting style is fucking boring. He has no technique. Guys, and I mean this sincerely, all right? Merab is only cardio. That is it. His striking, zero fucking technique. You can say, actually, on the numbers, Merab actually, tripled O'Malley strikes. Yeah, 90% of those strikes were at ranges that weren't even fucking close to hitting O'Malley. How they scored those as strikes is actually, like, insane to me. But I'm not the one who counts the striking. You know, I just watch the fights and develop my own opinion from the matches. But yeah, Merab didn't like whoop O'Malley, you know? There was rounds where it's just like, oh my god, he took him down, whatever. Guys, he is also dumb. Before the round ended, he just stood up and then almost got knocked out. If O'Malley didn't look like he was baby raging because it kind of looked bad, everyone thought the round fucking ended and O'Malley was crashing out. That's what it looked like live. But no, the round didn't end. Merab literally stood up and was like, yeah, I got no problem. If he does that again, I'm just saying, O'Malley's probably not going to sit there and crash out the last time, you know? He's going to look for a clean shot to land and fucking land it. You know what I mean? Merab also is a baby. He can't handle when a cornerman yaps at him. So, you know, Tim Welch, let's get cooking, brother, all right? Get those insults rolling, all right? We got to get Merab crashing out early. You know, the moment he looks away, bro, oh my god. The thing with O'Malley is that he's technically sound. He's so fucking good. Genuinely, all right? I don't, you know, let's just be honest. I don't agree with his personal life, okay? The way he lives it. His relationships, you know? The way he handles certain relationships in his life. You know? The way he tattoos himself. Yeah, you know what I mean? The colored hair at events. Listen, not my cup of tea, okay? He's not a criminal like Jon Jones, just saying. But as far as I know, at least. But he is technically sound. Everything is there, you know? His striking, 9 out of 10. Obviously, he can't finish fucking everyone, but he's hurting people that he needs to hurt. He's shot selecting properly. In the Merab fight, he just couldn't get the striking kind of going. In terms of, like, he couldn't get the respect he needed in order to do well. With Cheeto, it was easy, you know? Right after the first round, Cheetos was wincing at every shot, you know? Merab is brain dead dumb. You could hit him with a dumbbell, Wes Watson style, if you know what I mean? And he'll still just trudge forward. And that's not saying, like, that's not a compliment, okay? If you get hit by a dumbbell in your fucking head, and you're still going forward, waiting for the dumbbell to hit you in the head again, that's not a good thing, you know? If you ever played video games at a high level, just saying, you know, like the Rainbow Six Sieges, you know, I've been dabbling a little bit. You know, sometimes you just gotta get that respect. You gotta get that aura, you know? You gotta make it seem like you're capable of actually, like, murdering someone in the moment, you know? Where Merab doesn't have any of that respect, and he will just fucking... He will, like, breach charge through a soft wall anywhere. He'll fucking, you know, he's tearing down that barricade with a Blackbeard shield every single time, you know what I mean? Like, he's not fucking droning. He's not doing shit. He's just running in there and hoping he's gonna outnumber you and hoping he's gonna out-cardio you. That's all it is. That's all it is. Early, he does really poorly. Later on, he does really well. I thought this fight was really close. I think there's a decent argument O'Malley won that. People forget, man. It was a really fucking close fight. I think as long as O'Malley isn't as scared of getting taken down, because, man, Merab's, like, the whole game plan behind Merab is I'll just keep on shooting until you're tired. He doesn't plan on getting the takedowns. There is no technique behind anything. He hooks his own gloves to take you down, you know, drag you to your ass. O'Malley will at least sit down on his strikes. You know, he'll at least, you know, break the hands, break the grip, you know. He'll try to get for that overhook to try to prevent a takedown from happening, you know. Get the underhooks, get to the cage, you know, push you off, you know, and start fucking teeing off. And it wasn't that long ago. It was only 7 months ago. Yes, O'Malley did have a torn labia. So, you know, Sorry, I've been enjoying my mustache, actually. But, yeah. O'Malley did have a torn labia, to be fair, guys. You know, he did have a torn labia, okay? He needed surgery, guys. That's why he lost. But, there's still also no excuse, because that was like a 3-month Merab Dvalishvili. I think Merab just beat... Was it Henry Cejudo? Was it really Henry Cejudo? And then he also had that cut above his eye that opened up later on in the rounds, and that's why there was another swing round. I think this time it's going to be more... How do I say this? I think it's going to be a more dominant performance from Merab in terms of closing out rounds. I think it'll be like, Merab won that round. Oh, okay, round 2. Or like round 1, okay, it's close. Round 2, okay, Merab won that round. Oh, round 3, okay, you know, he probably won that round. Round 4, okay, he probably won that round. Round 5, that's where it's going to be like, oh my god, Merab's looking... He's looking out of it, you know. Not tired or anything, but he's looking a little scared, looking a little hesitant. Boom, out of nowhere, kick to the liver, flashbacks. Boom, right hand down the pipe. He slept, you know. I think it'll just be more clear Merab in this fight. Like, he'll be pushing a better pace and whatever. But I think as long as O'Malley... This is literally like... If O'Malley is scared of getting taken down, he will lose. Merab will just shoot sloppy takedowns and not get a fucking takedown. Even if he does get you down... He's not fucking submitting you. Like, he just won't. He is shit on the ground. It's that simple, you know? Like, don't respect his wrestling. Don't give a fuck about his wrestling. He wants to shoot a takedown, buddy. Knee up the middle. Fucking leg kick, leg kick. Oh, he wants to finally fucking engage. Dip his head over, uppercut, you know? Like, mix it up with the striking. Make him think. Because we know there's fucking nothing in that brain of Merab. So the moment you get him to start, don't try to like set up a trap for him, right? Just like kind of Josh Emmett your way into just fucking, you know, spamming uppercuts, spamming right hand down the middle, spamming a fucking knee up the middle. You know what I mean? Like, find a rhythm that's very basic, very, very basic, and just put everything you have behind it. You will knock out Merab. Henry Cejudo with one arm wobbled Merab. That is not a joke. That is not me cooping. Henry Cejudo in that fight looked like he had a fucked up hand. Maybe he was two-handed at the time. And I know he's like a bum now because he absolutely quit his fucking... I can't see, man. I got triple vision, man. I can't see. I'm still seeing triple, man. That'll never get old. Man, I can't see. What a pussy. Oh my god. Anyways. I'm so happy I picked Song Yadong. Anyways. Yeah, like, Sean O'Malley needs to keep it basic and give no respect to Merab anywhere. You know? And don't get me wrong. Merab landed a few good shots. Merab, in my opinion, will not look better in the striking in this fight than he did his last fight. Sorry, his last fight with O'Malley. In Merab's last fight, he looks like dog shit on the striking. Let's just be real, alright? It's just that his pressure and his takedowns and his cardio outworked Umar. O'Malley just needs to not respect the takedown. You know, Merab will shoot. If he does shoot, fucking get against the fence, because you're probably being backed up from him anyways, because he's gonna sit there just doing this in the air. Absolutely no technique, fucking not even close to you, right? And it's gonna look like you're getting backed up, you know? And I think a lot of people are gonna score it for Merab, similar to the first fight. However, this time I think it'll be like, even I will be like, oh, you know, I think that's a clear Merab round, you know? But I think O'Malley, in the third, fourth, and maybe even fifth round, but, you know, I'd say third or fourth, is gonna find that shot that puts out Merab. Because, guys, Merab gets hurt in every single fight. Umar was maybe a little bit of an exception. I don't really remember Merab ever getting really that hurt. O'Malley hurt him in the fifth. Henry hurt him, I want to say the second. You know, it was maybe even the first, you know? Peter Yan had health problems. We all know that win's a bullshit win. Jose Aldo had success, but, you know, you just couldn't fucking get the nut hugger off of him. Marlon Moraes almost knocked him out. You know what I mean? Like, this guy gets hurt in every single fight. And O'Malley, before his loss to Merab, you know, and we can say before then about any fighter, before Leon Edwards lost to fucking Belal Muhammad, he was one of the best strikers on the planet. Not in my opinion, but I do think O'Malley is, like, the best technical striker in the UFC. You know? And I mean that in terms of implementing what he wants to implement. To be a good striker, you have to implement what you're going for, you know? That's why Leon Edwards, yeah, he's a good striker. A really good striker. But he's not, like, the best, you know what I mean? Not even in welterweight, you know? Because he can't implement what he wants to do. He's always behind on numbers. He's barely outlanding his opponent in terms of, like, the damaging shots. You know, obviously the headshot dead, whatever the fuck, right? Pereira, he normally implements his style of striking on all of his opponents, you know? The switch kick, head kick on Yuri, perfect, you know? The fucking close distance, step on toe, a little bit of a dirty move. Fucking shovel hook right on Jamal Hill's chin, you know? Like, those are good high-level strikers. O'Malley is that. Merab is not. Merab's not going to implement shit with his striking. He's going to throw hoping to land. So the way you beat that is throw, but technical, on the, like, right on the button, you know? Right on that fucked up nose, you know? And if O'Malley treats this more of a, okay, this is only going to be 3 rounds because I'm going to finish him, then, oh, I need to be prepared for the 5th round if he shot 50 takedowns on me in the first 4. I think O'Malley's going to win this, you know? O'Malley does just need to fucking sit down on something, throw the right hand. He's probably going to be a big underdog because people are going to be like, oh my god, Merab dominated that fight when it was a 3-2 decision with 2 swing rounds that you could have given to O'Malley. Just saying, guys. Dominant performance, my ass crack, you know? But, yeah, I mean, I think O'Malley does win this. I think O'Malley gets the KO. I think we're back in the Sugar era. You know, Merab's only getting older. He's taking this on, not short notice, but you know Merab. He takes this shit in like 2-3 months. He wants to be very active. I respect it. He's on the hustle. I don't dislike Merab like I did in the first fight. And it's not like I'm going to be fucking crashing out if Merab does end up just laying on Sean O'Malley for 5 rounds. Because I can see O'Malley just disappointing me again and just sitting there and getting fucked, you know? But O'Malley does look insane in every single one of his fights. Maybe the torn labia was a real factor. Merab, you know, just fucked with his torn labia even more in there, you know, with Merab powers, I guess. But, yeah, like, Marlon Chito Vera, that fight, O'Malley, like, put on a masterclass on someone who makes every fight boring as fuck. Unless he gets a finish. Aljamain Sterling, he literally slept him in round 2. Like I predicted, baby. If you're looking for picks and predictions, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can get my MMA content weekly and on my videos that I post about anything I'm passionate about. Anyway, shameless plug over. Pedro Munoz, we can ignore. Peter Yan fight was close. A lot of people are going to argue that Peter Yan won that fight. I've seen a lot of people argue it. I thought it at first, but when I actually, like, sat and watched the fight under, like, a more objective lens, and at the time I'm watching the fight, I don't like O'Malley. I thought he was a fucking pretentious little cuck boy. I thought he just rose to the top because he's a big name and he colors his hair, you know. And Peter Yan, I love the chicken nugget. His striking was sick, you know. Aura Peter Yan, you know. Fucking beat Aljamain that one time, you know. Beat Aljamain in the rematch and he got robbed, you know. And then he gets robbed by O'Malley. Oh, bullshit. That was my mentality at the time. And upon rewatching the fight, or sorry, just watching the fight in general, because I didn't watch it live. Hey, hand on the Bible, truth be told, I did not watch Peter Yan O'Malley live. When I did watch it for the first time, and the second, and the third, I thought O'Malley won. It was clear, you know. Peter Yan got a takedown. He didn't do shit with it, you know. Yeah, he landed some good shots. They didn't wobble or hurt him like Peter Yan was getting affected by. I'm just saying, right? You know, so I think O'Malley still has it. I think he's young. I think he needs to not respect the fighter. Like with Chito Vera, you can tell that O'Malley was aware, okay, I might get caught, but he knows when he can fuck around. With Merab, there's no time to like do that fucking around. So he might have just lost his like sort of momentum, I'd say, you know? But yeah, I think O'Malley's got it in the bag. Anyways, with that 20-minute breakdown of an early fight, we have the next fight being Carlos Prates. New opponent, Jeff Neal, ducked because Jeff Neal doesn't want to get slept out fucking cold in the first round. Ian, the Cuckgarius, stepped up on short notice for UFC T-Mobile Arena, Kansas City, United States, April 26th. So the fight after, so the card after, oh, the card after this weekend. Oh my god. Oh, this shit's gonna be cooking. Oh, this shit's cooking. Anyways, yeah, this fight's pretty interesting. I think everyone's gonna be on the Carlos Prates side. There will be a few that I think are like, oh, you know, we gotta give respect to Ian Garry, man. You know, he took Shavkat on relatively short notice. You know, but guys, the reality is, Ian Garry gets hit. He's been hit by unranked bums, you know? D-Rod, not really the situation, right? Kanan Song almost knocked him out. Neil Magny, he put a whooping on. Jeff Neal, he got fucking lucky, alright? He got so lucky that Jeff Neal decided not to ever throw a knee in the clinch. They were there the whole time. He threw maybe one. Ian Garry would throw three. Jeff Neal would think he's up in the round somehow. Don't know how his brain operated. He stayed in the clinch against a taller, rangier dude and literally just hugged him against the fence the whole time. And he lost based on maybe being outlanded in terms of tappy little inside knees to the thigh. That's how he won the fight. Against Jeff fucking Neal, who has no aura. Now, at the time, to be fair, he didn't really have that much aura. I think he was coming off like a criminal case, a legal battle going on with a family member, I think, you know? You know, MVP, similar situation. There's an argument MVP won. He won every single striking exchange. I don't give a fuck if you're an Ian Garry fan and you want to sit there and be like, actually, in this one interview, Ian Garry said that when he landed in round 2, he could see the eyes roll in the back of his head. Who's gonna tell him that he didn't land a single fucking punch? Who's gonna tell him? I'll do it to his face. He's vegan. He's soy. He's a cock. No, but in serious, listen, I respect Ian Garry a little bit more than I thought because of the Shavkat performance. Not that I had super high hopes for Shavkat, but he was able to get to a submission position. All right. Another thing, he pulled guard in the MVP fight. If he pulls guard in this fight and ends up on bottom, buddy, Carlos Prates will just fucking, oh, he'll just fucking rain down hammers, you know? Like that fucking Warhammer meme where they just fucking punch the bitch and then the guy whips out the gun and just fucking boom, 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 you know? That's what Prates will do to fucking Ian Garry if he pulls guard once, alright? Just one time he's getting smoked. If he does that like he did with MVP, which was just last year, that wasn't that long ago, Carlos Prates will whoop his ass. Straight up. Straight up. You're not like MVP is good, right? Ian Garry will lock himself on bottom position if he gets taken down, and I'm not worried that Prates will take him down or whatever, but I can see Ian Garry just like pulling a dumb position. This is a 5-round main event, by the way, which is something important to mention. A 3-round, Prates all day, every day. 5-round, a little bit more leniency for Ian Garry, not gonna lie, even on short notice. I do respect Ian Garry because he is taking this fight on short notice. Not many people are looking at Carlos Prates, who are top 5, I want to say, top 7 maybe, top 8. Where is he? Where are we looking at? Top 7, you know? Damn, Buckley's only 6. What? That's kind of insane, bro. How is Usman still 4? You know, some people I think were saying that Ian Garry beat Shavkat. I don't think he did. I thought he clearly lost. But he did lock in the submission. I respect that. What I don't respect, that submission was under the fucking chin, hand behind his head, locked in, brother. Like, his head was fucking freaking out, whatever. He looked gassed. I know, I get it, you know. You were clinching for 15 minutes. He locked everything in, did it perfectly for the submission, didn't have the fucking squeeze? Buddy, it's time to start eating meats. I'm just gonna say it, brother. Like, if you don't have the squeeze to finish a rear naked locked-in choke hand behind the head, you're training with Oliveira, and you can't finish that submission, buddy, I can't help you. I can't pick you in any fight, ever. He hasn't had a submission in the UFC. You know? And Prates' biggest weakness is the ground, is the cardio. That's where Prates' aura is, you know? When you're Trevin Giles and you're pushing a nice pace with a jab, you know, and you're getting success on the feet, that's where you have success on Pro Test, you know, outworking him, you know, or if you got good ground game, you know, even Neil Magny got slept out fucking cold. One of the sickest performances I think I've ever seen, or sickest knockouts I've ever seen. Just a clean right hand, fucking, oh, it was so clean. Anyways, even Neil Magny was like almost fraud checking this guy in round 1. He literally picked up his leg and he just fucking held his leg for like 3 minutes. Held him against the cage. You know, Carlos Prates smokes a lot, you know? Cardio kind of a problem. And I'm not talking about the ganja, you know? There's no Nate Diaz buff here, right? This is Carlos Prates. But at the end of the day, this is kind of a full... This is like testosterone maxed Aura King versus no aura, soy boy, vegan, fucking short-armed. Is he taller? I think he's taller. He's taller by a little bit. Probably won't seem like that, to be honest. Incel chin, fucking no aura, cuck having Ian Gary versus, I shit you not, I remember seeing in an interview, he said he wanted to fight in Australia because I think he had a daughter in Australia with one of his baby mamas. But the way he said it in his hoodie, hands in his pockets, smiling and grinning, type shit, you know what I mean? Type shit, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to fight in Australia. You know, that's where my daughter are, so, you know, might as well meet her there when, you know, I go see my baby mama, you know, type shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, this guy is a fucking aura maxing king right now. One of the 4 horsemen of the fighting nerds. I'm going with Carlos Prates. I think he smokes Ian Gary. Honestly, even round 1, I would not be shocked if just the fucking... And if anything, fighting nerds are, so far, perfect in game plans. Ian Gary, all you need to do... Ian Gary won't respect you ever on the feet, and he'll always think he's better than you everywhere. That's why he pulls guard on MVP. That's why he's fucking going in there and just clenching the whole time with Shavkat because he thinks he's winning, or Jeff Neal because he thinks he's winning. Giving no respect to C-Rod on the not C-Rod, right? It's D-Rod, right? It was Daniel Rodriguez. I'm not mistaken that. Yeah, it was D-Rod. Right? Not giving any respect to D-Rod on the feet, which, to be fair, D-Rod's like a pretty decent striker. He just doesn't really have a great chin. You got a great head kick, you know? Don't mind that, right? But you're not finishing Prates that way. You're not finishing a young buck like Prates. He's actually older than Ian Gary, right? Yeah. Ian Gary's still young, but he's incel chinned. He gets hit. He gets hurt. He gets dropped. I don't like that. I really don't like that. He might only have 1 loss. This is going to be a second, in my personal opinion. It is also, like, short notice. 5-round main event is, like, a rough situation. Like, I respect it, but at some point, it is just like, what the fuck are you doing? You know? I think Ian Gary has a really big ego. No shit, right? But I think he's got this big ego, and he genuinely thinks he beats everyone in the division. Like, I don't mean like a jinxy fucking... talking his aura in Rainbow Six, you know? I'm not talking like Kai Cenat flexing his money because he's like actually 4'9", you know? I'm not talking shit like that, you know? I'm talking like Ian Gary genuinely thinks he beats everyone in the division everywhere. Buddy, you're vegan. You have no wrestling. Brother, you can't finish a rear naked choke. You're getting outstruck by MVP every round. There's an argument he won the 3rd, because Ian Gary never got... He got kind of close to a submission, but couldn't fucking finish that either! Man! Yeah, I'm going Carlos Prates. Moving on to the last fight I wanted to talk about. I mentioned there was a women's fight announced. I don't give a single fuck. I don't care who's fighting. Was it Pena? I don't even fucking know. Nobody cares. Moving on. Alexander Drago Volkov versus Jaltin. I'm not saying his nickname. Almeida! Now, this is interesting. I'm going with Volkov straight up. I think Volkov got robbed by Gon. I think it was one of the most blatant robberies I've ever seen. Arguably, not even arguably, arguably worse than the Jared Gordon robbery, or same tier. You know, that Jared Gordon robbery on Paddy Pimblett, I think we can all agree is one of the worst robberies of all time. Paddy lost every single round very clearly. I thought Ciryl Gane lost bare minimum 2 rounds. Bare minimum 2 rounds. And even, what was it? I want to say it was the second round was close. But even then, like, he did nothing. And then he was on bottom position all of round 3. No fucking clue how they gave it to Ciryl Gane. No clue. His team was walking out before the decision was even fucking announced. Everyone thought he lost that night. No idea what judge had money on it. Investigate it. Get him out. I'm going with Drago. Drago Volkov. I've always liked this guy, man. He's a big fucking Russian. Alright? No, I don't have any Russian heritage. But, you know, he's a rangy dude. He's a tall-ass dude. He's got good sprawls. He's arguably second best heavyweight in the world right now. He whooped Sergey Pavlovich for 3 rounds and took big shots. I love seeing that, even though he's 36. I love seeing the fact that he's taking big shots from Sergey Pavlovich. The Tai Tuivasa fight, I love seeing a crazy submission on a fat fuck. You know, Romanov whooped his ass. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, nice TKO on the skull of Num Sokwe's head. You know, I love that. But, you know, the Tom Aspinall, like, his losses are solid losses. Ciryl Gane, nullified. He beat his ass in the rematch. Like, he's really only lost to Tom Aspinall. He got caught by, or, he didn't get caught by Curtis Blades, did he? I can't remember that Curtis Blades fight too well. Derek Lewis caught him, obviously. He was whooping Derek Lewis till he got caught. And then, like, we're going all the way 10 years ago to, like, his last losses, right? Nah, like, Volkov is legit. I think Volkov is the real fucking deal. Listen, a lot of people don't like Jailton Almeida. A lot of people think he's boring. A lot of people think he sucks. A lot of people don't like his roid cheating face. Because I believe at some point, I think he actually comes from a boxing background. He had, like, PEDs in his system, or he clearly looks like he's on PEDs. But if Curtis Blades is able to stuff a takedown, full respect to Curtis Blades. I think Curtis Blades is a sick fighter. I think he's actually, like, technically sound. If Curtis Blades can do it, I think Volkov is going to do it more athletic than Curtis Blades. I think we can all agree for, you know, certain reasons related to the waist length, we'll say. Yeah, I think he can defend the takedowns. Jailton Almeida shoots very obviously. He's not a good finisher on the ground. Like, yeah, his finishes aren't too bad when he's going for submissions. But if Derek Lewis is surviving on the ground for 5 rounds, I think Volkov is going to survive, you know? I'm not worried about Volkov getting fucking laid on for, I think this is a 3-round fight. Could be a 5-round, but I think it's a 3-round. Regardless if it's 3 or 5, I'm still going with Volkov. I think he wins the majority of rounds. You know, I'm saying like a 4-1 decision if it's 5-round, and I'm saying a 2-1 decision if it's a 3-round, or even a 3-0 sweep. Alexander Volkov is really fucking good. He's probably gonna pop back from this loss he just had, been like, okay, I need to make it fucking clear I'm whooping this kid's ass, you know? So he's good on the feet, he's technical on the feet, he's got really good setups, he's rangy. Jailton Almeida hits hard. I don't think he's got Derek Lewis power. I don't think he hits harder than Curtis Blades. I don't think, like, I think Aspinall hits harder, no shit. I think Pavlovich hits harder, no shit, you know. And at this point, it is just like, if Jailton doesn't get a takedown, can he figure out what to do? Because it kind of looks like if he can't get a takedown, he is kind of fucked. I think Spivak even, I want to say, tripped him in the first round before he got TKO'd. I think it was a little bit of an early stoppage, but I get why they stopped it. You know, like 1 or 2 more strikes, I would have stopped the fight. But, because I think Sergey Pavlovich was just on bottom, Jailton was raining down, and the ref stopped it. I get why. It wasn't like a flatline or anything, but that's mainly, you know, Romanov. Romanov fucking sucks. The Curtis Blades one is really, like, where it stands out to me. Like, the Derek Lewis one, sure, he's dominant on the bottom. Striking didn't look all that good. Jailton Almeida also doesn't like to take risks. And to beat a guy like Volkov, you gotta take risks. That's why Ciryl Gane had any success on the feet, is because he was willing to get in the pocket, you know? Didn't win the fight at all. Not even close. Volkov beat his ass all 3 rounds, in my personal opinion. But Ciryl Gane did land shots, you know? But he was landing them because he was taking risks, you know? Tom Aspinall, Derek Lewis, they'll take risks, you know? They'll take one to give one. Jailton Almeida is not one of these dudes that will take one to give one. You know, he relies on head movement. He relies on trying to, you know, circle around, you know, then shoot a takedown. But they're always so obvious. So I'm going to go with Volkov. I think Volkov gets it done. I think Dragovich gets it done. You know, I think he whoops his ass. We could see a KO. I'm betting more of a decision because I don't think... Like, Volkov is really good, but he is starting to be one of those fighters that it's kind of... It's hard for him to get a finish because I think he wants to take fighting seriously. And to take it seriously, he needs to put on a masterclass on his opponent, you know? Like, oh, I know he's going to shoot a takedown. Okay, shot a takedown. Now I out-scramble him. I'm winning this position. I know I'm up in the round. Okay, he's striking. He's at range. Okay, he's front kicking. Okay, bait out the front kick. Go in with the, you know, bop, bop, you know? Okay, this guy's just standing in front of me not doing anything. I'll just fucking leg kick him because he's not doing shit, you know? I think Volkov is a smart fighter. I think he gets this done. Yeah, I'm just going with Volkov. Yeah, so these are the big fights announcements. This video took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, I'll be honest. I thought this was going to be 10 minutes. Ended up almost being 40. But these are my initial reactions, my initial predictions. Could change, to be fair. You know, if Ian Gary's looking sharp and he starts saying he's eating some meat, and Carlos Plata shows up with staph infection, might be looking at an Ian Gary decision, right? But, you know, Merab shows up, Sean O'Malley has staph infection, surgery hasn't been going well, you know what I mean? We might be looking at a Merab decision, guys, but these are my early thoughts and predictions, how I think the fighters win, how they should win, and yeah, W. Dana White, the part-timer came through, you know, but, yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. So, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to thank you for watching. And as always, jawline check. I hope you have a good day.